It's Saturday, or I should say, Catterday. So this is Sully here. Have Cheetah will view, and I thought I'd go ahead and give my crack at the top 20 for 2020. This is a theme developed by Joe the Horror Man and our pal Jason from Horrific Nightmares JM, where they have a topic, and we show off our 20 movies that we like that fit the topic. They can only be one in a franchise. They got to be our movies and from our collections. And yeah, this is my first time doing this, so hopefully I don't mess it up. The movies I'll be showing you, the first 17 are in no particular order. The last three will be in a particular order. Um, so let's get to it. First up the theme is supernatural, ghost, haunted houses, that sort of thing, spookiness. Okay, so my first movie will be The Apparition. Uh, this is all right. This is fun. I liked it. A little short. The ending was a little dark, um, but I thought it was well done. I thought Tom Felton did a good job in it. Next up is The Unwilling. This has a horror icon, Lance Henriksen, in a pivotal role, along with my girl Dina Meyer. Yay, Dina! I've reviewed this film on the blog, um, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. So this is The Unwilling. Next up is Passengers with Anne Hathaway and Patrick Wilson. Um, about a pair of people who meet on a plane that ends up crashing, and she deals with the fallout of the crash, as a lot of people died, and her and Patrick Wilson are figuring out how do they survive and what's going on with them. Um, I guess this didn't get a lot of love at the box office, but I enjoyed it. I thought Anne Hathaway, who is more fitted for more comedy or romantic dramas, I actually thought she did all right with this. I know she gets a lot of hate for her dramatic roles, but she's actually pretty good in this. Uh, Next up, it's a movie called Eclipse, with Ciarán Hinds. This is an Irish haunted story. Um, this is a slow burn, and it's like I said, it's more driven on story than it is on special effects or jump scares or stuff like that. Though there are a few really good jumps in here, but this is a more of a, I guess, a cross between a haunting and a little bit of a psychological drama. But I liked it. I could relate to it a little bit. So this is The Eclipse. Next up is The Conjuring 2. Um, Again, this is with Patrick Wilson in it, and this is based on a true case in the UK. And unlike a lot of movies that say this is based on a real story, but then it's really not, this really did happen, this story. But it was deemed a hoax. But who's to say that it really was? Um, I I believe in poltergeists and stuff like that. I don't believe in a human ghost, but I do believe in supernatural beings. Um, I thought this was really good and very quite exciting. And yeah, I can see it playing out as it did. I really liked this movie. I liked this movie. Actually, I liked this movie better than like the first Conjuring, because I thought this was more based in reality. Um, okay, next up is The Sea of Trees. This is the first of two films that I brought out concerning the Suicide Force of Japan. I can't pronounce the forest name, so I'm not going to even try it. But if you're not aware of the forest, the Suicide Force, it's in Japan. It's in a wide swath, a huge forest where people go there and they they go there to commit suicide. Um, and they have people that walk through the forest looking for bodies, and actually offering people help if they need it, counseling or whatnot. This is actually a real place. Um, Matthew McConaughey is in this, along with Naomi Watts and Ken Watanabe from the Last Samurai. This was a really good movie. This was very moving, and yeah, I got choked up watching it. Yep, I certainly did. Okay, this is the movie I reviewed this year, and it might most likely make my top 20 list. This is Dead Dicks. I know the title's funny, and it may be a little off-putting, but don't let the title fool you. This is actually a very good movie, and actually I saw that a lot of people got this movie on their horror box. Um, I guess a month ago or so, a lot of people getting this movie, and I kept on going. You got a really good movie there. Uh, this is from Art Exploitation Films. Um, I have a few of these in my list. This is a small company based out of Philadelphia. I'm going to put their links in the description boxes. You really need to see what these guys are putting out because they're laying down some seriously good movies. Some of my very favorite that I reviewed have come from Art Exploitation. Okay, Insidious 2 is the other horror franchise that Patrick Wilson is in. In The Conjuring, he plays a ghost, exorcist, and in this one, he plays a man who's haunted, who actually gets possessed. So, what's really weird about this series is like in The Conjuring, he did The Conjuring, then he come over and did The Insidious, and he bounced over from franchise to franchise. So, I guess he likes the supernatural as well. This was a lot of fun. I like this movie as well. Um, it is creepy as hell. For a big studio, this is really well done. Has a lot of good scares in it. Okay, this is my second movie from the Suicide Force of Japan. This is The Forest. This is with Natalie Dormer. She plays twin sisters, and one heads to the forest to kill herself, and the other one tries to stop her from doing it. This is a really good movie, and I really liked it quite a bit. Uh, First time I've watched Natalie Dormer in a lead role. She's a great actress. Very interesting. Very interesting. Like her choices. So this is The Forest. Uh, Next up is the IFC Midnight movie called Sauna. And this is a really good movie. This is hard to it's a slow burn. It takes place in the 1800s, and about two brothers that are haunted by an act they commit. They're soldiers, and they're trying to make the border between Sweden and Russia, and they commit a horrible act, and it comes back to haunt them. This is in subtitles, so if you're not into subtitles, um, you might not like this too much. Even with subtitles, it gets a little lost. You got to really pay attention to what you're seeing to understand it. But this is a really good movie, and I really liked it. It was different, that's for sure. Next up is the Blalock Residence, and yep, I put this on my list too. Um, no Ouija shark for me though. Hell no. Oh Lord have mercy. But I did put the Baylock Residence in here, and this is from Wild Eye, and I really like the acting in this movie. The acting is superb. It really elevates the material way above average, and I really. There's one thing I gotta say about this one though. If you buy this movie and you look at the special features, you'll see the alternate ending. I really wish the filmmaker had put the alternate ending into his movie. I say that all the time. I always talk about this movie, but I can't. I'm just being honest. The alternate ending was the better ending. He should have went with that. It would have made this movie a pop a lot more. but it's a superb acting performances, and this what makes this one makes the list because of the acting. Next up is a movie that I get asked a lot if I've actually seen it and if I have a copy of it. And the answer is, now you know, is I do have a copy. I've had a copy for a long time. And this is the Innkeepers. Uh, yeah, I thought this movie was a lot of fun. It's a slow burn. The ending, though, I admit I had trouble with the ending. It's the same thing. I had the issue with the Apparition. Um, the ending just didn't settle with me. I just didn't like it too much. I just thought it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit cruel, considering. Um, but a little mean spirited, you could actually say. But I like this movie. I listening to the director's commentary, Ty West's commentary, and if you get a chance to do so, do listen to it and listen to the story about how he cast Kelly McGillis in a role. It's hilarious. That's the Innkeepers. Okay, next up is a movie I reviewed this year called Detectives. It might actually make my top 20. It's getting there. I'm thinking about it. I really like this movie a lot. Um, so much so that I would if they announced that there was a sequel coming to it, I would be very happy with that. This is my first Shutter film that I reviewed on the blog, and I really liked it quite a bit. I thought it was done with a great flair, and some serious laughs, some good scares, and then a hell of an ending. I really liked the ending's funny as hell. Um, all right, so this is the Detectives, and this was not released not that long ago, so you can either watch it on Shutter or you can buy a copy, I'm sure, on Amazon. Okay, next up, I'm gonna go with Our House. This is from ISC Midnight. This is a little different. This is actually more of a family-driven movie. I know the spirit there looks sort of ominous, but it's really not. It's a really well done film about a house being haunted by a spirit who connects with the child and helps the child and the family. Um, this is a little bit like I said, this is PG-13. I told my friend Ashley about it and recommended it to her, so she got it, watched it, came back, said it's so good. I'm saving you the copy so you can buy it for yourself for your collection. So that's what she did. So I really appreciated that. Still do. Thank you, Ashley. So this is Our House. This is from ISC Midnight. Okay. Next up is another movie from Art Expectation. This is called The House. Um, I like this movie a lot. Um, this is actually a movie that Jason from Horrific Nightmares, James and we talked about this one. We both watched, we both have it, we both enjoyed it. We both liked the ending. Of course, any chance to get fascists get killed, Nazis get killed is always a good thing, right? So yeah, so these guys pay the price for their shenanigans, and in a really spectacularly interesting haunted house. Um, what I really liked about this movie, and I do appreciate too, was the location. They shot this in the dead of winter, and it absolutely looks cold as hell. Uh, Watching them walk around, but the cast did a great job, and this is a really good movie, and this is from Art Expectation, The House. All right. Uh, Next up, another ISC Midnight movie, The Dead Room. I've talked about this movie before. This is from my overview. This is the first IFC movie I reviewed. Really liked this quite a bit. This is based in New Zealand. Jason Stutter written and directed it about a team of ghost hunters that are going to a house that was so badly haunted that the people just ran without taking anything with them. And so they go inside and find out if it's really haunted or not. And this is The Dead Room. Next up is The Keeping Hours from Blumhouse. I really like this movie as well. Uh, this one's a real emotional one. This is sort of almost like in the Sea of Trees category. It's of course it's supernatural, but the story is also very emotional. I mean, if you're looking to get jumped out of your skin, like scared, that's not going to happen. Um, but if you're looking for a really spiritual and moving story, then this is definitely the one for you. Um, bring a box of Kleenex. It's a tearjerker. All right, got a couple more left here. Next up is Haunter with Abigail Breslin, and yes, IFC Midnight. Um, and what I really want to talk about this movie is the fact that besides that, no one mentions it, but this stars an actor who really never gets talked about. I've been watching people, listening to him, and no one ever really talks about this actor, but he is a horror icon in his own right. That's Stephen McHattie. Uh, he's a Canadian actor, and he is so good. He does so many good horror films. Um, he's just he's underrated. Really, really is. He's just one of those faces that you just see him and don't really think twice about it until after the movie's over and you realize that damn, that was a really good movie and damn, that was a really good performance. Um, so this movie basically is asked the question: can ghosts have ghosts? And the answer is yes. So even ghosts can be haunted. And this is a great movie. I really liked it. I love the twist. I thought the twist was really good, and it's very suspenseful. This is one of the better IFC Midnight movies that I've watched. Yep. All right. Down to the last three. The dead ones. This is from Art Exploitation. Um, this is definitely one of the best films I've watched this year. This probably will make my top 10 of the movies that I watched. Um, Definitely top 20 for sure. Really important one. Really important movie. Um, I'm going to say something that might sound sort of weird, but if you got teenagers, parents, this would be a movie you guys could watch together. Because while it's scary in one half, it also tells a story in the other. This is a hard watch. I won't lie to you. It stays with you. This movie will stay for you. It's short. It's short. It's about 75 minutes long, and one I highly recommend. This is a very good movie. Okay. Okay, two more. This is Ganjam Haunted Asylum, released by Wogo USA. Um, this was a joy. Total blind buy. Did nothing about it. Got it on a sale. Um, this is an awesome movie. Had me on the edge of my seat. Just spooky as hell. A team of South Korean ghost hunters go inside one of the most haunted buildings in the world. Like this is actually a real place. This asylum is actually real, and it's actually really supposed to be haunted. So they go inside there to see what they can find, and well, what they find is something you'll need to buy the movie to see about. This is an absolute fun movie. Um, Definitely recommend this one. All right, so this brings me to my last movie of the 2020. Anybody knows me at all knows that this is no surprise. A Dark Song is my number one movie. Um, this will actually be my number one movie, probably most any supernatural list that I do. Um, this is my favorite movie I reviewed on my blog. This is probably one of my top 20 movies I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely love this movie. Absolutely love it. It speaks to me like no other movie has. It speaks to me. Um, the message is just resonates with me so on so many levels. I love this movie. Um, and Liam Gavin, who wrote and directed, man, he's an exciting filmmaker. Can't wait to see what he's done next. I've also reviewed another of his movies on there. I'm gonna put the Dark Song review. Plus, I also reviewed another movie he did called Jericho. I'm gonna put that on there, and I'm also gonna put one he did for Valentine's Day. So that's what I'm gonna put out in my description. All right, so that's it. That's my 20 for 20 on 2020 on supernatural beings, haunted houses, whatnot, whatnot. I hope I did fine. If you liked what you saw here, please hit the subscribe button and and ring the bell for likes. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. My time is up. I'll see you on the flippity flip, and until then, peace.